Okay, let's talk about viruses. If you don't already know that viruses are basically mechanisms for delivering codes, that's their entire purpose, is that they hold a code and they go spread it. And uh, viruses are actually here to help humanity because um, we have not been receptive to certain advancements. We're kind of stuck in ways. And it's like these viruses are able to override our systems that are keeping us stuck and blocked by implanting us with the codes we need. If you want to hear more about this, watch This Is Maria's podcast or listen to it. I don't think it's on YouTube, it's on her earlier episodes in her podcast. So either on Spotify or Apple. Yesterday, I caught a virus. I was with a woman who was sick. We were exchanging our kids after a sleepover. And as I was going to bed last night, I couldn't stop coughing. And I'm like, oh gosh, here it goes. And I had known that the woman had a cold. So I got up and I made some tea and I decided to just pray to the virus if I could receive the codes without getting sick. And what I understood is that, okay, so first of all, any type of cold or respiratory virus, this is our heart center, and this is also like how we interact with the world. Our voice is affected. Even our thoughts are affected. Really, it's about communication. It's a communicable type of disease. And as I'm having a conversation with this woman, we were in very close proximity, and I was actually feeling quite stifled, quite claustrophobic in that moment. We were inside this little fry hut, shakes and burgers and fries. This is where we decided to meet up to exchange the kids. And I thought, okay, while we're waiting for her to arrive, I'm going to get the kids some fries. Well, I guess I'll tell the long side of this story, which is that these teenagers who are running this fry shack are probably on drugs. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been in our teens and 20s. They are taking like half an hour to make these fries, and they're complete they're a complete mess. And so, the mom shows up, we're having a chat. But this little fry shack starts to build with people as these orders are not getting processed. And anyhow, I'm feeling completely claustrophobic. I feel like no matter where I stand inside of this little shop, I'm in the way. And I'm wanting the fresh air. The place smells greasy, and this is not my type of food. I'm not a big fan of deep fried, especially when it's at the restaurant. They like reuse these cheap oils and things. So I'm kind of like standing in the doorway, which is, people are coming in and out, and it's an awkward, precarious sort of situation, but I'm like enjoying the fresh air. And I'm not voicing this. I could have very easily said to this woman, I'm feeling stifled in here. Can we go out and walk while we talk? Which would have been so nice. I had been sitting in the car already for over like an hour, hour and a half. And I'd been sitting the whole morning, and I needed to be moving. I felt you guys, I disregarded my feelings because I didn't want to cut her off. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to insist. There were just all these sort of subtle belief systems that I maybe wasn't even aware of in that moment, that I wasn't willing to communicate. But I felt, we're in this close proximity. She's breathing her breath on me, and I was uncomfortable. Didn't do anything about it except, fidget awkwardly, try to move closer to the door subtly, when I could have just expressed this, been forthright about it. And that is what this virus really had to say. It's about self-advocating. It's about clearly communicating the feelings. Really, it's about connecting in a way that is authentic. And so as I'm falling asleep, I'm receiving the codes from this virus, and I'm not sick. There's no need for me to even have the symptoms. It's interesting because my only symptom was I got a heart palpitation as I was praying and saying, can I receive these codes etherically instead of physically? Like, let's get to the root of the matter and let my physical body kind of be left out of this. But I had this strong heart palpitation, which I knew is my heart opening and receiving these codes, which is in part why I'm here sharing this with you guys, because part of this medicine is being open, sharing, speaking. So here we are. What else is this experience wanting to express? Okay, so we all know that the physical body is the manifestation of what's happening energetically, and then also etherically with our light bodies. So it just becomes denser and denser as we kind of bloom into this reality. Well, you can kind of look at any malady that you're having and interpret that on a spiritual level. And so when you are getting red flags, when your body is telling you, you feel this, it is evident, it is physicalized. There is no mistaking when you are sick, when you have a rash, when you any physical ailment. Okay, I know that accidents happen and people are like, oh, I broke my leg. Like, that's not spiritual. I actually believe it is. I believe that there are no coincidences. Everything is happening for you. And whatever is externalized, whatever becomes physicalized, is just this like mirror in your face. Look at this. Look at me. I'm telling you something. And you can meditate, you can go within, and you can receive those messages and be healed. So I hope this video helps you understand that everything is actually happening for you, even if it's pain. Sometimes things have to become uncomfortable in order for us to become aware of them. And for example, in my story that I shared, I was completely uncomfortable, but it was this level of discomfort that I was okay with sweeping under the rug so as not to disrupt the status quo, the conversation, or, be extra, or feel like I'm somehow have needs. I mean, it's just like I'm trying to avoid voicing my needs for whatever reason. And so these are the deep patterns that are coming up that I'm hoping are being transmitted. Let me share this virus with you so that you get these codes without getting sick. So much love for you guys. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.